Speak to Penny Hutchinson. Penny is from Halifax and she's from the campaign group Rights for Residents. Morning, Penny.
Good morning.
Is this the right change at the right time, in your opinion?
Well, it's absolutely the right change. It just should have happened a lot earlier, in my opinion. But we're very pleased with the changes that have been announced. I think the challenge we've got, and for all care home managers and owners, I've just been listening to the lady on before, is that this is supposed to start from today, where care homes are opening up so more people can visit, yet the guidelines have yet to be updated. So I think we're going to find there's going to be a lot of residents and relatives expecting things to change today, and they probably won't, because there's the guidelines have yet to be updated. So we're hoping to see that happen today.
Interesting you say it should have been done earlier. All the time through the restrictions, whatever they may have been, we've been told they've been done to protect the most vulnerable. And I guess a lot of people listening would immediately put people in care homes into that bracket. Have we done too much in that respect then, in your opinion? Is that what you're meaning by that?
I think at the beginning, we did the right thing. I think nobody knew what the virus was. Nobody knew what it could do. We didn't have PPE at the beginning. We didn't have testing, and we certainly didn't have vaccines. And I think that was the right thing to do. I think as time has gone on, there's been a huge naivety around what the risks actually are to care home residents. So whilst COVID obviously is a risk, I think there's been a far bigger risk, and that risk has been of isolation, where we actually, people across the country have died from isolation, but that's been pretty much invisible to the public.
Talk to us about you personally and your family, Penny. How is this going to affect you personally?
Again, let's all remember these are just guidelines, and we've also got a number of care homes across the country who haven't followed guidelines up to now. So we shouldn't assume that actually every care home across the country is going to open up and let more relatives visit. And that's been the biggest challenge for us, to be honest with you. We still have some relatives out there who can't see their loved ones in care homes, and maybe an hour a week, or haven't been recognised in the essential caregiver status. For me, I'm hoping that the care home will do what they have always done, which is to follow the government guidelines, and my daughter and son will be able to see their grandma for the first time in her home for 2 years, which will be absolutely fantastic.
Has it been a case of waving through windows and shouting from a distance then for them?
It has. It's been waving through windows, and Mum's got quite advanced dementia. So whilst Skype is an option, it's not. It's obviously not worked for Mum. The challenge we've got as well is Mum's home is currently in lockdown, and this is the other issue we need to look at. So also across the country, there are a number of care homes who are in perpetual lockdown. And whilst that's moved from 28 days to 14 days, that's very welcome. I still do think we need to look at how we manage lockdowns, because there's a number of our members who haven't seen their loved one in the care home for the whole of this year, for the whole of January, because it's just gone from one lockdown to another. So that's something we very much need to look at, and we will be doing, along with the fact that obviously we're still pushing for Gloria's law, which is the law we want to ensure that essential caregiver status becomes a law, because we never want to go back to where we were in 2020, which is regardless of what happens, we want every care home resident to be entitled to at least one essential caregiver. So we're guarding ourselves from going back to 2020, which was just not the way we should have done it.
Thanks for talking to us this morning. That's Penny. Penny's from Halifax. And as well as having a mum who's in a care home, she's also from the campaign group Rights for Residents. What did you make of what she said? Maybe you've had experience of